Hi, my name is Yaqub. I'm 18 years old and I live in Germany, Munich. My parents are originally from Afghanistan, but I have a Canadian citizenship because my mom grew up in Canada, but I've been living my entire life in Germany. Um, this year was actually kind of ironically the best, but also the worst year. It was kind of confusing, but the entire year was a little bit confusing for everybody. So, yeah, it was difficult. But so this year I wrote my Abitur this year. I graduated high school, and especially for my year group, I could say for everybody that we had a lot of trouble with just motivation in general. And this was basically the year we were all waiting for, and we worked hard for 12 years, especially the last 2 years. All we've been doing was prepare for the last 5 exams in Abitur, and all the celebrations were canceled. The actual exams were postponed, and we didn't know if it was going to actually happen or not. But so we were always like, oh, are we supposed to study now, or are we not supposed to study? Because we don't know if it's going to happen. The IB exams, which I also was supposed to take, were canceled. So we were all pretty uncertain about everything. And also, like, I could say from all students' perspective, the motivation was at its lowest from the last, like, especially like compared to the last 2 years. We were having trouble focusing during online classes, and also just, I don't know, the teachers weren't there to support us mentally. Like, they weren't able to because we weren't with them in person, and it was difficult for them to stay focused as well, kind of, I would say. So we had a lot of trouble during those times. And like the beginning of Corona was actually the beginning of our Abitur exams, or this preparation for it. So the studying we had to do all by ourselves, and I feel like most people struggled because all the libraries were closed. We weren't able to go study in the libraries. Mine personally, I have a difficult time concentrating at home, so I don't want to imagine how it was for the students sharing rooms with their little siblings, or not being able to close or shut the door with a huge family in their house. And also, yeah, so that was also the time where anxiety and kind of depression started to really strike us, I would say, because we weren't able to meet each other to study or support us and just have like a study group or something. But we tried to make the best out of it. We had to handle it. We had to accept it. And then I would say also that it was very sad that we couldn't have like a ending ceremony properly. That really took us down, kind of. But I mean, it was also a time where everybody was able to see where the like real importance is, kind of, because you have to learn to accept and be able to handle yourself and handle your mental health, and handle your like future, how you want to handle, because you could either sit at home and be like, oh, everything sucks, but you can also just be like, yeah, we're gonna have to work with this. And so that was kind of like a lesson for me. Now I would say that was like the worst phase of Corona for me. And then after that, once I finished my exams and everything, I would say that everything went kind of upwards. I had like a little phase where I was really struggling with, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I could have done my exams so much better if Corona wasn't there. I feel like the motivation would have been more, and like I would have had more intense studying. So I was really at like a low point. But then once time passed, I would say that you kind of because you have a lot of time to reflect on yourself, reflect on your character, and reflect on what you actually think is important, and like your morals. I was able to like actually find myself a lot, and like build on my identity, build on my self-confidence, on my self-love. And I feel like that was a great time for me, actually, because you don't have a lot to do, so you're with yourself a lot. And then that was like a phase where I was able to just find myself, and then everything went upwards from there because I started doing more arts. I started making my own music because I feel like I was able to do the things that I was not able to do during school time. So I was able to just paint a lot and make my own music, enhance my ability to play guitar or sing and stuff like that. I actually even recorded my first own song, and I was able to be featured on one of my friend's albums. And also, I tried working a lot on my I would say just identity, the way I see myself and the way I want other people to just observe my personality. I also had the privilege that my mom was working on masks, especially during the BLM protests. They were making just masks with like Black Lives Matter on it. So we had a sewing machine at home. So that's where everything like basically started for me, because I started making my own clothing. I became very interested in fashion and expressing your character through fashion, especially. And because I always felt like people in like my age, especially in like the community I was in, were very like closed up and in a box. They weren't allowing themselves to break out of that box. So I feel like that the past few months have like taught me to just express who you are and not let anybody else tell you who you are, because we saw through COVID that like everything can change with just like a snap, and like you decide how you want to be expressing yourself, how you want to live your life, and how you want to be. And then so through the sewing machine that my mom had, I was able to make my own clothes and try to express the character through clothing. And then I also started like painting on shirts and then customizing stuff, and I also sold some stuff. And then that gave me the opportunity to just build like kind of a community with my friends. We had a lot of stuff to do with arts and stuff because we weren't able to go party or anything. I really just wanted to dance outside with my friends, but we weren't able to do that. So we had to pass time differently in other ways. So we just started making clothes. We started painting. We started making music together, which also brought, like, I started bringing friends that were actually important to me, close to me, and like cutting off people that I knew were not good for me, kind of. And then, so I was making progress personally in my character and my mentally. And the one big thing that has happened for me this year was also because I was supposed to go study immediately. I was like, yeah, after school, you're going to go study for sure. But then some of my friends started studying this year, but it's all online. So I really didn't want to go to uni online for my first year. So instead, what I've been doing is with two of my friends, we're starting this little project, this art project. Our first project is actually a little image film. And we want to kind of build on that. We want to build a little platform for artists all around Munich, first locally, just to keep it local. We want to build a platform for young artists, for poets, for like people that like to make films, for musicians and photographers to have a platform and express their arts and be able to kind of make our generation, who are usually like feel very enclosed and don't feel like they're able to break out of that societal expectation box. We want to be able to break that box and just build a platform and enhance the creativity in our generation, and just be able to think by yourself and be able to express who you are instead of being able to express who other people want you to be. And So yeah, that's what I've been working on with my friends. We're just in the process of the last organization stuff, and we're trying to start filming in January, hopefully, if everything goes well. So that's what I've been working on, and also some of my own music, some of my like clothing. I'm trying to bring out 2021, hopefully. Um, yeah, so do everything that I've been kind of dreaming of when I wasn't able to do because of school. So I think Corona really helped me, but also like put me through a hard time at the same time, because I was able to find myself. This is the year I've been able to evolve the most, I think, because you had so much time to reflect on what you want to do. You have like time to find yourself. You have time to love yourself. You have time to build on your mental health. You have time to just express what you want to do, and you want to be real with people. You don't want to have the fake BS stuff. You want to try to cut that off, because that's not going to help anyone. So I feel like this year has really taught me that, and really helped me evolve as a person, even though everybody was struggling for sure. Yeah. And I think after Corona, what I would wish for everybody to be able to do is, honestly, I would just like to be able to party with my friends a little bit, because I didn't have the chance to do that after school. I want to be able to dance. I want to be able to feel myself. I want to be able to just scream. I don't know. I want to scream and be able to be around with like hundreds of people in one room with no worries. I want to be able to tell people to stop searching for something, or stop being someone you're not, be someone you want to be, because you see how fast things can change, and you see what are you going to do if like a global pandemic happens again? All you got to do is be yourself, because nothing else is going to help you, actually. And then also tell people to just live life, travel, have fun, make your music, make your arts, study, become an engineer, and also become a musician if you want to do both of it at the same time. I was struggling. I don't even know what I want to study. I wanted to study medicine. I want to study law. I want to study engineering, but I also want to study film production or fashion design. So you can just do everything at the same time, try to find yourself. Yeah, that's what I would try to tell people that are younger than me and coming out of school or during Corona. Just try to cope with it, but never stop being yourself, and always express yourself the way you want to be expressed.